Hello friends and welcome back to my channel, and shout out the EA Creator Network for providing me with codes for The Sims 4. I've done that intro so many times, guys, you don't understand the pain. So I am in Tartosa, which is the world that came with my wedding stories, and it's so beautiful. It's based on kind of like Mediterranean worlds, very much inspired by Italy, I feel, and it's just so beautiful. It comes with this not one but two beautiful beaches and this kind of like shopping area. So it is designed with like wedding in mind, so you get this little flower thing, but I'm obsessed with Italy and Greece and Mediterranean worlds in general, so I was really excited to get this world. And I've been trying to rebuild the Thebe lot, which is this lot here, for the longest time, and every attempt that I've made at rebuilding it has absolutely failed. But Horse Ranch inspired me because I was like, okay, Chestnut Ridge is beautiful, but I want to horse ride in Tartosa, and I want to horse ride on the beach in Tartosa, and I want to make Nectar in Tartosa because it just fits to me. And I was really inspired to kind of like build with the Horse Ranch expansion pack, but in Tartosa, and this is the result, and I am very pleased with myself, guys. You don't even understand. Let me just double check. Did I remove that add watermark? I did. I've had so much trouble trying to record today. I spent about 4 hours troubleshooting because the EA app wouldn't launch, and it's kind of really thrown me out of my loop. So if I'm a little bit scattered, that's why. But yeah, I've spent about maybe like 4 days building this on and off. It was a big project, but I used like real life reference images. So I was Googling things like Tuscan villas, Italian farmhouses, and all this kind of stuff. And I just kind of clustered a load of images together. So if it looks kind of familiar, there's probably a reason for that. But yeah, I'm super happy with how it turned out. So I have used basically all the packs, whatever I wanted to use, I used. So if you're looking specifically just for base game and Horse Ranch, I do have another villa that fits beautifully in Monte Vista up on my channel. I think it's called Arid Ranch. I built it just using base game and Horse Ranch when I had early access, so I only had those 2 packs available to me, and I built it with Oasis Springs in mind. You know that big empty lot in the top left hand corner of Oasis Springs? So if you want to go and like, if you've only got those 2 expansions or the base game and that 1 expansion, you can absolutely just go and download that from a gallery and it'll be perfect for you. If, like me, you're obsessed with The Sims 4 and you own everything, or almost everything, I think, then this one might be a little bit more up your alley. But yeah, I've built it basically for my own personal game because the Thebes deserve it. And I'm probably going to kick out the Thebes and put my own family in here, but shh, don't tell them. So another thing as well, another feature that came with this patch and this update, along with Horse Ranch, is that you can now use free cam in build mode, which is an absolute godsend, because now what I can do is just go ahead and change the time of day and show you in this beautiful, like, glorious sunshine what this build looks like. So I'll kind of like talk you through it. So it is it's designed to be, basically it probably started out as a bit of a stables, a bit of a farm, a bit of a ranch, but it's been expanded on over the years and it's turned into this big expensive villa. So rich people live here, guys. I don't know if you can tell by like these I keep wanting to call them flamingos, these what they call peacocks out here, these gold peacocks. I mean, they're just giving fancy, they're giving Versace, aren't they? Versace. Yeah, I love it. But I have to say as well, if you haven't checked it out yet, if you use the bb.live edit objects cheat, looking through the build by catalog, Horse Ranch has some really useful world objects that you can use in your builds, and I've also used a lot of kind of like cottage living and my wedding story. So things like this really cute little bike that's just leaning up against this wall here, this kind of like truck over here, and this kind of like tractor, which I'll show you in a bit, is hiding there, are all live edit objects. So yeah, definitely a top tip there. If you're building, you get more if you enable that cheat. Also show hidden objects, as well as 2 build mode cheats that just give you access to so many more things. So let's have a bit of a tour. So you have this gorgeous pool area, which is just stunning. We love her. And I've kind of set these lights to kind of like purple and aqua, just to give it a bit more of a, almost like a clubby vibe at night. You've got these 2 outhouse buildings, which I'm going to come back to in a moment, but I just kind of want to skirt colour around the edges and show you some of the stuff that's going on here. So again, this is a live edit object. It's one of the world objects, and I just find it so cute. And as soon as I saw it, I think I had it in green in my other build, I was like, I'm going to use that in Tartosa. It just looks like a vintage, kind of like a vintage Italian movie kind of car. I've used move objects on. I've used move it objects on in this build, but very, very liberally. I haven't overused it. So I have kind of play tested, and it seems like Sims can get everywhere. I couldn't find anything that was blocked in my little kind of playthrough. Yeah, everything should be usable. I do find like sometimes people overuse move objects on and over clutter, and I personally find that my computer doesn't run it too well, but here and there I've used it, and I used it here to kind of clutter up the back of this van. So I just used move objects on and then like the 9 and 0 buttons to raise this up, and also size down this barrel to give it like a difference of size, to make it look like this is their little delivery truck, and they're just kind of like loading it up so that they can make the delivery. Because I figured like they make nectar, like maybe this is kind of like the history of this place, is that it's an old kind of vineyard, an old farmhouse where they create a lot of produce, but the truck's broken down, so they're out here trying to repair it before they make the delivery. So I love that kind of little bit of storytelling there that I've done. I'm kind of, again, really patting myself on the back for this. These are the stables. So I've got these kind of like shutter windows out the back with the water troughs. Now horses aren't going to be able to put the head out of there to drink from that water trough, I don't think, but I liked how it looked visually. I like that it looked like that's how the horses get water when they're in the stable. Let's go around this way here. So this is kind of like the horsey side of things. Let me just double check if my cat wants to come in. Hold on. Yeah, sorry guys, it's school holidays, so my kids are knocking around, like the cat keeps on wanting to come in and out, so I may have to just kind of like pause and check in on things every now and again. Again, very hectic in the Cinderella house today. Yeah, so back here, this is kind of like the little horse stable area. It's only quite small, but you can kind of expand. There is room to kind of like knock down some trees and put some more stuff out if you want to. But yeah, so it's got enough room for like 2 horses, or maybe you want to keep some like little mini sheep or goats in here. This is the area for you to do that. Sorry, I'm really slow with tab mode. I'm still kind of learning here. So I love kind of like the clutter items as well. Again, I've used multiple packs, like this hay bale, like the little hay bales that you can actually use as seats there, and then just so much kind of like flower clutter. And I really tried to do like the terrain paint as well, which I'm not good at, right? But I'm learning. And this is kind of like the little kind of like horse training area. So you keep the horses in the stables at night, you let them into the field in the daytime, and that's the whole vibe. And I've given them the barrel run. Yeah, my cat's coming, so there's going to be background noise. The cat's going to come in and step on my keyboard now, guys. I'm just going to actually just pause and give him some attention so we can continue in peace. Okay, I think I've tamed the wild beast. He's been asleep all morning. Again, it would have been perfect for me to record this morning, but again, EA app had other plans. So yeah, this is the little horse training area. Sorry, I just pulled my keyboard out again now that he's moved. Sorry guys, this is not the most professional video ever. So this is the little horse training area, and yeah, I put in the barrels so you can do the agility training there. You can also kind of, I assume, I've not actually tried this yet, you can horse ride around kind of all these little roads in Tartosa, yeah, so you can do endurance training, agility training. The only thing that's really missing is jump training, so you might have to travel to Chestnut Ridge if you want to do that, but there is space around the other side. If you did want to kind of like knock down some of the landscaping, you could always place those jumps on the other side of the house. So yeah, there's a little bit of like wild grass and stuff around as well, so the horses can just kind of come in and feed themselves. If you do want to feed them hay, you can kind of, or prairie grass as it's called in this game. There's the little feeder there. So yeah, you've also got like things like this little cute outside space up here, so you can come up here and have a little barbecue and hang out with all your friends. It kind of does feel like a family orientated lot. Like you would come here, you'd invite friends over, you'd invite family over, extended family, and you just kind of like soak in the sunshine and just enjoy the beautiful Tartosan countryside. So yeah, that is what's going on with that. If I go to the back of the house, oh my god, the cat stinks. I think he's just farted. So if I go to the back of the house, this is where the little vineyard is. I I can't decide if the cat looks like he wants to settle down or start clawing at my door. I think he's about to start clawing at a bag. He's such a pest. Yeah, so this is like the little vineyard area. Again, really went hard on the landscaping and the decoration. I think it's really, really pretty. I kind of love it. And yeah, you can get out here, you can get planting. If you do want to take the nectary route, this is where your little garden can be. I've also put a little beehive out here as well, because the beehive really, really helps with pollinating plants and kind of getting them to be good quality. I love this. I'm kind of obsessed with this. I've never actually successfully built anything like this little mill house before, but I think it has such a gorgeous little look to it. I'm very, very, very pleased with myself. Sorry, it's very laggy. I use these reference images. I like multiple different buildings in real life, and just kind of like, I just love this little area so much. So yeah, I've used the little mill wheel. Should we go into live mode in a bit and kind of actually see if that turns or not? I mean, it probably is kind of like out of use. It probably is a little bit vintage. Oh my god, my cat, guys, why? Tormented by the cat. Yeah, so it's not really used anymore, right? It probably was originally for like milling flour or something like that. But if we just have like a bit of a peek through here, like the big Land Rover as well, like that's the car that they like use for kind of like personal things, I feel. So in here, it kind of, I don't know what this is. It doesn't really make any sense to me, but I got a little bit creative with it. The grass is coming in because again, it's kind of old. It's not really in use anymore. I don't know what this is. It's from Batu. Journey to Batu. And look guys, in this update, in the horse ranch update, we can now tile ceilings. Doesn't that look so much better? Like flashback to white ceilings, that would have looked so yucky, but with the tile ceilings, it looks amazing. My cat is now scratching and ringing his little bell. And you've got this little area up here, so I don't know, I thought it'd be good for like storytelling. It's quite cute. Maybe like you climb up here with your lover and give them a little kiss. I don't know guys, I don't know. I'm gonna jump out the window. Wee, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? So yeah, we've got this little, let me just go in and out of tab mode just to reset the camera there. Whoa, go fast, gotta go fast, go. So god, it's not the best. Let me just show you from like this angle, like how, I don't know, I'm really pleased with myself. I love these little windows as well. So these little 1x1 tile windows that come with Horse Ranch, the shutters are separate, so you can like take those off and place them yourself. I've just sized them down once and doubled up on them to fit on those windows, but these little 1x1 tile windows are so usable. So I've used them in like a configuration of 4 there. I've used them in a row here. You'll see them inside with like the kitchen counters. You can use them just on their own. I am obsessed with these little windows. I want more 1x1 tile windows, please, Sims team, and thank you. So yeah, I love this little like stair area. There's no decoration other than the stairs. I just think it looks really pretty. Shush, cat. And then like this area here. So I was like, well, do you know what? If I'm gonna have like a little mill wheel, I need like a little river. So now here, guys, listen, I am so bad at landscaping, and pools especially are always just out of my range. I'm just not good at them, but I feel like actually I'm quite happy with how this turned out. I think it's actually turned out to be quite beautiful. Some of these grasses are kind of floating a little bit, but just ignore that, guys. If you've got the tool mod, you'll be able to go in and kind of lower some of those and get them into a better position. I know the tool mod is awesome, but I don't actually personally use it myself. But shout out to the mod, because it's an amazing mod, and I see people doing amazing, like really clever stuff with it. This old tractor as well is out here. This is like live mode, so just stuck out here amongst the weeds, definitely kind of in disrepair, but I think it's quite decorative and pretty. So like I was saying, if you wanted to put in like a horse jump, you could totally just come in here and kind of like demolish all these objects here and like this bit of the pool, and just even the whole pool, right, because this isn't in use anymore. Just fill it in, guys. You could totally have a horse jump here if that's what you wanted. Also, I have actually checked, and the tree house from Growing Together, now where would that be? If I was to find a tree house, where would it be? Out here, from Growing Together. So like swing sets and things, you can get a swing set in here. I didn't want to kind of like ruin the view from this little room, but you can put a swing set out there. There's plenty of space if that's what you want to do. Let me just kind of like show you. So yeah, there's plenty of space for a swing set. Like if you want to just add a couple of extra things to the lot. Now where's the tree from Growing Together? Where is it? Somebody find it for me. I've gone past it. Growing together. There it is. So yeah, you can actually you can put it in because that live edit object doesn't have a footprint. You can actually just shove it in there, but I reckon you could probably just delete the tractor and be able to put that in there if that's what you wanted, because there is a child on this lot. But it's a lot, like, it's grown-up orientated, I would say. I think, you know, they treat the little boy like a grown-up. You know, he's the little man of the house. So where do I want to go to first? Let me show you these little outhouse buildings. But do you know what? Before I do that, talking about the stables. So a little surprise here, courtesy of the EA Creator Network. I was given a giveaway code for this pack. So this is for Horse Ranch. If you haven't got the Horse Ranch expansion pack yet and you want to own it on PC, it is a PC only code. You can go to the EA app and you can redeem the code there. And yeah, it's first come, first serve. So whoever sees this first and has the fastest fingers is going to redeem the code. It's a one-time only code. So good luck. Let me know if you do get it and you're comfortable sharing. Let me know in the comments, because that just stops other people from kind of like going through all the hoops of kind of having to try the code when someone's already claimed it. But yeah, and I do like to know that it's been redeemed as well, so I can kind of like let the team know and things like that. But yeah, I hope this has absolutely made someone's day, and I hope you are just horse jumping for joy that you now own the Horse Ranch expansion pack. It gives me so much pleasure to be able to give back to the community this way, because I wouldn't be doing this today if it wasn't for the community. So being able to be gifted these codes by EA and pass them on to you guys, it just absolutely makes my day. So if you also want to go horse riding in Tortosa or Chestnut Ridge or wherever you want, whichever packs you've got installed, you know, you can jump on that, horse jump on it. Thank you, EA. I do like to, excuse me a second. I do like to randomly drop in those giveaways into the middle of my videos because it's nice that I can support the people who are supporting me. I don't really like to use the giveaways to kind of promote myself or my channel because I do find that you get kind of fair weather viewers. So it's open to anyone. It's open to whoever might watch the video, and I am going to use those giveaway codes. Yeah, I love the idea of kind of like the people who support me and the people who actually enjoy my videos kind of getting those codes. I love when that happens. So yeah, there's this little kind of like tea area out here. You can kind of just sip your nectar in the sunshine with friends. Also, these are all world edit objects as well, like the little barrels that I've used as a planter. Again, I don't even think they have a footprint, so you don't need to use Moo, but I mean, look guys. The game is so beautiful. Like, why doesn't my real life look like this? Okay, yeah, so let's go into this little room first. So this is where they make all the nectar, where they store the nectar. It's a really nice place, guys. They don't really worry about crime here. I think maybe they might possibly be the ones that are they're kind of in control of everything, so I don't think anyone would would steal from the Thebes family. I think the Thebes family are legitimate businessmen who are definitely too powerful and respected to be robbed from, so they do just kind of like leave that open at night. I mean, I don't know, you could close it, you could kind of like seal this wall up, but I like the idea of having that little storytelling of kind of like, oh, they're in the process of kind of like loading up the wagon when the wagon broke down, so that's why the doors are open. I kind of like that storytelling, but you can go ahead and like, I don't know, change that if you wanted to. So yeah, here's your nectar making thing. So if you just got the Horse Ranch code and you want to try out nectar making, I hope you have a stomping good time with it. You do have some nectar storage in here as well, over here too, and you can kind of like filter your bottles and all that kind of stuff, name the racks, all that good stuff. A little sink here as well, because I figured sometimes you need to wash off if you're kind of like stomping grapes all day. And then like where are we? Let's go that way. So I could go into live mode, but it'll be really dark. Maybe I'll go into live mode when we go inside the house. This is like a little guest cottage, and again, I'm obsessed with it. Tileable ceilings, and also this kind of like skylight. Oh my god, don't the skylights look so much better now we've got tileable ceilings? And it casts this like really gorgeous pattern on the room, like throughout the day that's going to kind of move across the room. It just looks so gorgeous. So yeah, it's got this really adorable little kitchen in here, and I'm just obsessed with some of these items. Like some of these clutter items that came with kits recently, recently are so good for kitchens. Like these little plates that came with Horse Ranch that are stackable. So if you don't know where they are, if you've not realized they exist in the game yet, they're under surfaces and they're like stackable plates and they fit on like the tiniest little slots. They're so good. This is kind of like that really gorgeous oven that came with Growing Together. And then this like cottage living and that country cottage kitchen kit as well, like being used in here. Like some really good stuff. So like I say, I have kind of used, oh my god, just look how gorgeous that looks, guys. Like the lighting. I don't even have like the best lighting settings. You can get better lighting than this in the game. It just looks, oh my god, like, oh, where did these build skills come from? They're not mine. Who granted me the ability to make beautiful stuff like this? I don't know. EA did by giving me a code. So I did figure, like, with this being like a little guest house, maybe they put it on like Airbnb and stuff. And I figured that the guests often ask for a TV and they're kind of a little bit offended by it, but they kind of like put one in kind of begrudgingly. And it's this like vintage old black and white TV. But it's like, why would you want to watch TV when you've got views like this? You know what I mean? So yeah, and this is what I was talking about with like the idea of it being like a farmhouse, but they converted it to make it more modern and kind of more luxury. So there's this little tiny bedroom through here as well. It is just little, but I did kind of again play test it to make sure my sim could walk around. I don't know if you need move objects on or not. I did test it with move objects on, so they were able to like navigate around and take a nap. And then you get like a tiny little bathroom as well here, so just kind of like show you, it's kind of like vintage style bathroom. You get the bed and the bath and the shower as well, which again, this is Growing Together and just a very, very nice kind of little bath shower combo. So I'm going to jump out the window again. Yeet! Right, there we go. And just kind of show you some more of the stuff out here. So there's this little towel for kind of like sunbathing out here. Again, the really pretty pond view over that way. The horse area over that way. And I think it's time to go through the keyhole. So if I just go up here like this into this little entranceway, which again, super cute. So I figured these are all like the vintage decorations that they have from kind of like selling their produce. This is all like their kind of like trade stuff. A little rocking chair there as well if you just want to kind of hang out here in the shade. If it gets a bit too hot for you, you want to cool off in this little kind of shaded area, that's something you can do. So I love this room. Can we just have a moment? Tileable ceilings, guys. So I really, really love the way that this room looks. Very, very, very happy with how it turned out. Again, have you watched that film with Lady Gaga? And it's all about Gucci, House of Gucci, right? I don't know. It reminds me of like her husband's house. It's kind of like that really old kind of just vintage luxury kind of style. I love it so much. And this, can we just have a second? So again, if you were the lucky winner of that Horse Ranch code, I definitely recommend checking this out. So this unit, this kind of wooden unit, it comes bare and it's a surface. So this comes under surfaces, and then you can go and get those clothes, which are like new hanging clothes. They're a separate item, or mix and match it with like the clothes from Dream Home Decorator or Growing Together or High School Years. One of those packs, like I think they tend to be doing like these little like hanging clothes more and more often, so they're a separate item. And like I just love these so much. So it's like where everybody's kind of like hanging up the coats. I don't know why there's a pair of jeans there. I don't know, maybe the kid kind of like, one of the kids' friends kind of spilt, not nectar, like I don't know, got grape juice on themselves, so they had to like launder the pants, and they're just kind of like hung up there now waiting for the friend to come back over, you know, something like that. It's like, you know, like I don't know, it's like a little coat rack, and I love it. Yeah, and also a coat rack. But this wallpaper, I just love this so much. So I can't remember what pack that actually came with. Actually, it wasn't a Horse Ranch. And like this little table, this little end table thing, effort here, obsessed with it. That's a Horse Ranch item. The stairs are also Horse Ranch, like the railings. And again here, like a few cases of nectar. Maybe these are making their way to the kitchen. Someone just came in and kind of like put them there. They're making their way to the dining room. They need to be kind of like put away in the nectar racks over there. I like this kind of like storytelling of that. So this is the dining room. Again, just how much of a blessing is it to be able to like put a texture on the ceilings. We do need a few more options, I think, now that they've added that. I hope we get more kind of ceiling textures in more packs. But like this is the dining room. I think it's absolutely stunning. And I love like the little candles, they came with one of the kits. And yeah, just instead of having a bar in the dining room, I have these like nectar storage things, so the family can pick out some nice nectars for themselves, like the little owls too. Like that is like so Tartosa. Like, can't even. And like, I remember this is like a base game painting, I think, and I was like, I want that world though, when are you gonna add that world? And like, Tartosa is it. This kitchen, again, absolutely just in love with this kitchen. Like, kitchens are getting so good now in the game. I just love like the counters and units that came with Horse Ranch, like this fridge that came with Growing Together, like the little pennies as well. I can't remember what pack they came with, like more nectar there. So that's like the nectar they're going to use for cooking, you know, like if they're making like a nice bolognese sauce or something, maybe they're going to pour some red wine, red nectar in there. They've got all these like little cookbooks. I just love it so much. And then like the seats around here. And then now this is a seat. Sims can sit down. I nearly said Pete then and feet. Sims can kind of like sit down on it. It's like a little stool, but I put it there to kind of make it look like this is where the kid steps up so they can help cook. It's just obsessed with it. And again, like, shout out to these windows, which are just so useful. So that little 1x1 window that you can like tile, and you can also use it kind of like below, like in between counters, and like, how amazing does that look? I am shooketh to the core. She's so old. Like, I think it just looks so good. Like, again, not everything you see is going to be from Horse Ranch, if kind of that's what you're watching for. I do have a mix of all the expansion packs, but for others of you, it's going to be totally recognizable. So again, this is kind of like to orientate yourself. It's out the back, round the back, where the grapes are, like the little grapeyard. Grapeyard. That was like graveyard, but for grapes. Where the little grapeyard is. Oh, can someone grant me the power of speech, please? Can someone give me the ability to talk without sounding like a complete lunatic? So this is kind of like, this is like the chill room. I'd say this is like the after dinner lounge, where you can come in, you can have a chat, you can play some chess, maybe you have a little cup of coffee before you go to bed. I think that's something Italians do, is it? I don't know, somebody let me know. I do. I love an aperitif. I don't know if that's the right word, and it's French. Like, she doesn't know what she's saying. But yeah, I like, in my head, it's like you have your grand dinner, and then everybody retires to this room, and they just kind of like chill out, kind of like watch the horses. Like, maybe the horses are having like a late night run, and just kind of like enjoying the beautiful scenery and beautiful views of this world, like with friends. Why don't I have friends who like own a house like this? I want to go here. I want to live here. So again, like, Gucci, marry me. So this is like one of the little bathrooms. This is like the high school years, I think. Either high school years or Growing Together. One of the gorgeous new tiles that came with those expansion packs, maybe Growing Together. This, which was from, I want to say, Decor to the Max kit. This amazing wallpaper. More wallpapers, please, Sims team. You do not feed me enough. This little cute, like, dressing area over here, again with the tiled windows. I think they look great. Obsessed with this sink from high school years. We love her. And if you're not aware of this as well, like my eldest child plays Sims all the time, and they didn't realize they could do this, but the second to last patch gave us the ability to kind of like place things on sinks. Like, so there's actual like slots on the sinks now. You can kind of put like your soap and things like that there too. Shout out the light switch. I think this is the only room I've used it in, but I love it. And then this is like a little separate toilet. So again, if your Sim is having a nice little relaxing poop, oh, this is another thing as well, like there's a slot up here now as well, like on top of the toilet, which is very cool. So if your Sim's having a little poop, like they've got like the privacy there. You know, if someone comes in and decides to clear the plates from the dining room in the bathroom sink, they're not going to kind of interrupt that Sim having a poop and get all embarrassed, because it's in its own little secluded room. So again, this hallway, this build is one of those builds where it's like, it was a long time coming, because I've tried to build on this lot so many times and it hasn't worked out. So it's been like a project that's been in the works for a long time, and then to be so happy with it and so satisfied with it, I am really loving what I've done. And I don't always feel quite so satisfied with all my builds, but it's kind of everything I wanted and more. So this is kind of the more fun living room, where the other one's kind of a bit more relaxed. This one's a little bit more noisy. So you do have the piano in here. You have, it was kind of going to be a study, and then I kind of changed it. But you do have like this little desk in here, a little kind of logic thing, chess table, yeah, a little fireplace as well over there, which I love that fireplace from Horse Ranch. But yeah, again, another great room for hanging out with friends and family. You know, maybe you've got the TV on, maybe you're playing the piano, maybe you're playing chess. It's kind of like, there's something for everyone. It's kind of like the noisy room. I think sometimes people call it like the mess room. And there's a bookshelf in here as well if you do want to kind of like chill out when maybe it's a little bit quieter. I guess it's like, you know, that's kind of like, the one over there is kind of like the formal reception room, and then this is kind of like the family reception room. So this area is just like a little hallway. I thought that kind of looked again like those Italian vintage posters, but it's a werewolf. So I used that in here. This is another little bathroom. This is kind of like another one of the guest bathrooms. Again, just really cute kind of vintage stuff in here. So this is kind of like around the back of the house where that staircase is coming down. So it's just got that little tiny window up there, but I think it's enough. And this kind of shelf up here as well, so you can kind of, oh, there you go. Let's just peek it out so you can orientate yourself. It's kind of like next to that little mill. So yeah, and this little shelf here as well with the reading materials, so you can like read about what you're going to cook next while you're doing your business. Why not? I think the guy in this household, the dad in this household, I think he is a chef, isn't he? Or is he a musician? I don't know. I'm getting my pre-made Sims mixed up now. But yeah, we've got this room as well here, which again, I love that you have like varied swatches on this, on the beds, and also on this like sofa. So you have those kind of like brown leather swatches, but you also get some fun swatches that are kind of like the stripes, like there's the lemon stripe, there's like a blue stripe as well, I think there's a green stripe. So again, just really nice variants on the swatches. They really put a lot of thought into the swatches in this pack. I originally was going to try and use these bookcases from is it the Book Nook kit? I was going to originally use them in that kind of communal, kind of loud lounge area. Like I say, it was going to be a study at first, but I didn't like how it was turning out, and then they ended up using them in here with some counters to create this kind of like over the bed kind of storage space. And I'm not convinced, I'm not 100% like that's my favorite thing ever, but I did think it was a little bit different, and I did like the idea. Maybe not the execution so much, because again, like going back to my review on the Book Nook kit, I think it could have benefited from more wood swatches. It's a little bit tricky to match, but like I say, yeah, it turned out well. And then I like the idea of kind of like the adults kind of like sitting up in the bed, maybe playing a game of chess, like, I don't know, like rolling around the bed together, having a late night game of chess, kind of, I don't know, like someone's took the glasses off and just kind of like left them there. I kind of like that as kind of like an in-bed activity. You know, it's not something you can do, but I like the hint of it. There's also a pet bed in here if you do have like a cat or a dog. These little bookshelves as well, they're from Growing Together, I think, not all the Book Nook kit, one or the other, but yeah, they're really, really cute with the little candle, which I use everywhere, and I'm sad we didn't get more swatches in it. So again, this is another thing that I absolutely love about Horse Ranch. So there's these two kind of like flower pots, and there's a third one as well, and they look really good cluttered together, and I love that they didn't come as one clutter object. You know, like sometimes we get like plants and it's like 3 plants that kind of like stuck together. I love that they gave us them all individually, so we can place them however we want, and I totally have been overusing, like both individually and as a clutter item. You're going to see them absolutely everywhere. Also, these vintage posters from Growing Together, I really, really love those. I might be saying Get Together instead of Growing Together. Again, the naming system of expansion packs is a little bit confusing sometimes. And then like clutter like this from the clutter kit, I just adore it. So that is kind of like, this is the master bedroom. Why am I so high up? Can we, oh, too low down. Whoop. Nope. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Yeah, the clutter, like this is the master bedroom, and this is kind of, it's like semi-ensuite. It's kind of like, it's not really private though, it's kind of shared with the lounge. And if we go upstairs though, there's some more bedrooms for you to check out, for your perusal. I want to go this way first. I'm just going to hop over that railing. she walking up the stairs. I saw Singu Popcorn do that once, and I was like, I've been trying to do it ever since. I think that wasn't too bad, actually. I don't think that was too bad. Normally I'm like terrible at it. So again, like I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. Like really shout out the Build Buying Horse Ranch. Like, it's been so good. And high school years and growing together as well, it's been so good. So out here, this is where our THEBE currently resides. So she's got like, I figured they probably would have like a butler or something like that. So, or even like maybe like her daughter, or is it a daughter or a daughter-in-law? I need to go back to the lore of Tartosa because I've forgotten it all. I have got a video on Tartosa lore somewhere if you want to check that out. But yeah, so I figured like sometimes like people bring drinks up to her room like late at night, early in the morning. She kind of like gets her breakfast delivered, that kind of thing. You know, she's a little bit older, so she likes her space, she likes her quiet time. There's a lot of books in this room as well. So yeah, really, really, again, absolutely love it. I kind of like the pink elements to kind of pull out the pink of that wallpaper too. So like I say, yeah, she's got like her early morning coffee and a nice book there, all these like stackable books from the book nook kit. Really, really love that. And then yeah, just some like vintage posters. I figured these are all like either ancestors or vintage advertising from their kind of nectary. Maybe they used to do craft beers as well. Maybe you want to stick like the juice fizzing thing out there as well and kind of like do juice fizzing and nectar making. That came with Eco Lifestyle if you're interested in that. This mirror, which I am obsessed with, so that came from the basement kit, like the basement clutter kit, I think it's called, something like that. I think it's absolutely stunning. It's just gonna, again, it's gonna be an item that I overuse all the time. And shout out this chair specifically, which I think came with paranormal stuff, and I use it all the time. I used to have a chair very similar to this in The Sims 3 by Sandy from Around the Sims. And it was my favourite chair, and I tried to convert it for Sims 4 at one point with Sandy's permission and like for my own personal use, and I kind of failed at it. It didn't work out very well. I think I had it in my game for ages as well. So when we got that chair with paranormal stuff, I was like, this is the chair I've been dreaming of. So yeah, thank you Sims team for that chair specifically. Again, just really cute clutter here. I love that bed as well. That bed's from high school years, and it's so beautiful, and it comes in these really, really nice pattern swatches. And again, like a little keepsake there. So, well, emotional moment. My nana passed away kind of about a year ago, I think, a year and a half ago. I'm not actually sure. Wibbly wobbly timey wimey, guys. And the last time I went to visit her at her house, she had these pictures of her husband and her dad, and she told me, and I knew it was getting towards the end of her life. I was like, they're coming to visit you. So she said to me, she was showing me the pictures, and she said, they're coming to visit me. They come and visit me at night, and I was like, oh, Nana, they're coming to get you. Like, oh, so like, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like, you know, her grandfather's vintage watch, you know, a picture of her mother, and, you know, she looks at them at night and she remembers them. Oh, the Sims makes me cry. There's this little outdoor patio area. Again, obsessed with those candles, use them too much in this build. More candles, please, Sims team. Like, I love the ones from Eco Lifestyle, but when you're just kind of like free building, like sometimes you just want these kind of like clutter candles. So if I could get some more candles, please, Sims team, like little tiny like footprint ones so I can clutter them, that'd be great, and use them in like the middle of tables. This is a gaming table, so I figured like sometimes people come to our Nessa's room, like, you know, from not lewd guys. I mean, I don't know, that our Nessa Thebes, she's one to watch, but I figured like sometimes she has like her own little friends over, her own little family, and maybe they kind of after dinner they kind of retire up here because it's a little bit quieter. Maybe they have a nice glass of nectar or two. I don't have a nectar rack up here, but you could always put one there if you wanted to. Like maybe they bring up a bottle of nectar with them and they sit here and kind of like play cards or symbols, is it called, and kind of like they chat and kind of enjoy kind of the late night vibes, like the sounds of the crickets and things like that. I don't know if there's sounds of crickets, like full disclosure, I don't know if there's cricket sounds in Tartosa. Maybe I need to like sit out there and listen. This little area as well, I kind of was dabbling with the idea of putting a chess table out here, or maybe like another yoga mat, or maybe some toys, because this is like the kids' room here, so I thought maybe he's got like toys out on the veranda, but I kind of thought I'd leave it up to you about what you kind of stick out there depending on what packs you've got. But yeah, this is like the little boy's room, and I figured he's just in that age of kind of like putting away childish things but not quite being ready to, right? So he's got like the nightlight. He's still kind of a little bit, two nightlights actually. He's a little bit scared of the dark still, but he's got like, he's very sociable. Like if you look at his tray, it's the boy who lives on this lot. So I figured I'd have like 2 beds so that you could invite a friend for a sleepover if you've got growing together. And he's like, I figured he'd like have the art, like, you know, and somewhere, yeah, there it is. There's that like friendship bracelet thing from Growing Together as well. Because he's sociable, I figured he's into kind of like making paintings for his friends, making bracelets for his friends, like friendship bracelets. He's so cute. He's got this cute little toy box here. This wardrobe, this kind of vintage one tile wardrobe from Horse Ranch, which again, obsessed with. I think this came with one of the kits. It was like kind of like camping outdoorsy kit, which is very, very cute. That kind of radio up there. So yeah, a lot of different stuff from a lot of different packs, and then kind of like pride of place. Oh my god, excuse me, sorry guys. Oh my god, it's chaos. So yeah, so the horse has like the pride of place in this little like shelving unit because Horse Ranch hype. But yeah, he's still got some of his like favorite toys. He's still a big kid at heart, really. And like this dog, I feel like he's pestering for a dog. He's like, I love horses, but I also want a dog. And also Void Critter hype. If you've got like the kids, what is it, kids room kit? Is that what it is? No, kids room stuff pack. I can't remember what it came with. It's been so long. But like that's like the little Void Critters game. Because again, he's kind of like getting into kind of the more teenagery kind of computery gamey stuff. But he's also kind of still kind of like playing with toys. And like he's in that in-betweeny stage in my mind. So let's go through into the hallway again and across here. And out there, let me just kind of like poke my head out through this door at the end of this corridor. So this is the little kind of like porch area where you can come and have like a little barbecue and kind of hang out with friends and have a nice chat. I feel like I should probably put a Nectar rack up here as well. And then this is kind of another little kind of, it's not exactly ensuite, but it's like another little kind of like fancy little bathroom up here. Again, it's like somebody's been brought a drinks tray while they're lounging in the bath. Like this is kind of like a house that understands luxury, and like I adore this wallpaper. I'd love to get more wallpapers like this. I call it like Laura Ashley style wallpaper. They had like Laura Ashley's like it's kind of clothing and homeware in the UK. I think it may have gone online only now, but they did the most amazing kind of like luxury wallpapers, and they had one that's kind of like Birds of Paradise, I think, and it kind of reminds me of that. It's like so gorgeous. So yeah, this kind of like really beautiful kind of like luxury kind of sink area, the fancy vampire's toilet, which I need another fancy toilet, please, Sims team. I needed like another version of the high system flush. I need it. As well, like because these are kitchen shelves, they actually have a plate on this shelf, which I kind of disguised with these books because again, it's important to give people toilet reading material. We'll leave that there. This is it could be the teenager's room, or maybe you want to move her out and put her into the little kind of like guest house, but I don't know. I wanted to kind of keep it in the same vibe as the rest of the house. I didn't want to kind of like, her style's kind of like a bit black and kind of like rocky. So I didn't kind of want to personalize the room. I did want to keep it to the same style. But yeah, it's I don't know. I think it's really pretty, guys. Just like so happy with it. So these are those plants that I was talking about where they come as individual plants, but you can clutter them 3 together. Again, like shout out the candles, which I'm totally going to overuse. But yeah, really, really kind of like love this. They've got that little inbuilt kind of growing get together. So yeah, I'm getting them mixed up. That's the get together cupboard, the little walk-in wardrobe. So I really love that. With this little privacy screen as well, so you can like get changed. I didn't want to give her curtains because I actually kind of like the windows being quite open and airy. But excuse me, yeah, a little privacy screen so you can get changed in peace. And then these beautiful big Horse Ranch windows, and then being able to kind of like sit here, let's just sit down, there we go, missed the chair, to sit here and kind of like watch the horses playing while you kind of like type or do your homework or write a book or whatever it is that you're doing. I just think it's like so gorgeous. I want to live here in real life, guys. Can you all subscribe and like my videos and kind of like watch my videos so that I can actually get paid for doing this? That'd be amazing. Thank you. I want to be a millionaire so freaking bad. So again, you can just kind of like sit here. It's a bit more solitary. This room's like a little bit more private, right? It's kind of a little bit more tucked away from the rest of the house. And so the idea of kind of like each room kind of being like a little escape from the kind of social side, because it's a very social lot. Like a lot of people live here. It's actually 5 bedrooms, but yeah, the idea of having a bit of peace and like a moment to yourself and kind of like doing the self-care is kind of like the theme of this little patio area. So again, they have got a little nectar rack. They can have their own, you know, their own 1 or 2 special nectars that are kind of like the favorites up here. And then I don't recommend drinking it all, like one sim having all 4 portions of the nectar, because they will pass out. But maybe they don't mind that, you know, passing out in that bed is so beautiful. And yeah, this is a yoga mat, so they can get out here and kind of like do the yoga and look at the mountains. And I wish that field was a little bit more interesting, but generally speaking, it's kind of gorgeous. Yeah, and that's the house. I think I've shown you everything now, but these lights do come on at night. They're, again, another world edit object. They do kind of clip a little bit, but I've kind of tried to disguise that with some of the objects in here, so you can't really see. Maybe you could do a slightly better job than me of disguising that if you kind of wanted to. But yeah, that's the house. That's the house. Should we have a look at it in action? So yeah, I was just going to kind of show you them coming to light at night time. Oh, bit of dangerous lag. Again, with those kind of like advertisements out the back door. So if you look back in the entranceway, sorry guys, let me just, can we fast forward here? I'm just going to jump over. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so this little entranceway, these 2 doors at the back just lead out into kind of like that garden area, just in case you were wondering where those go. But yeah, it's kind of gorgeous, guys. So let's see what everybody's doing. They're kind of milling around a little bit here. Maybe we'll get, is it Hector? Yeah, Hector. Yes. Oh, perfect for him. So he wants to be a master mixologist, and I thought he was in the cooking career. Maybe my game kind of like yeeted him out of it. But yeah, like let's get him crafting some nectar. Do you have any? No, you need some ingredients, sir. So again, just a little bit of gameplay on this lot, right? Just to kind of close out the video, just to kind of show you what's going on, just in case you've not seen any gameplay videos. Yeah, he can come and kind of like get crafting that nectar. So he's already trying to cook something. He's cooking in the little guest house. Like, that's kind of cute. I love it. There's our Nessa. Our Nessa, why do you have a face like thunder? Why are you so grumpy right now? She's off to read a book. I told you, she loves reading books. Like, is it one of her things that she likes books? I think it actually is. I think it was like coincidence. Sorry, I'm clicking on all the wrong things. This is what happens when you get early access. All the kind of buttons move and you end up clicking on the wrong things. Yeah, so she is a bookworm. That was just a happy coincidence. So I was like, oh, that worked out well. So she's just sat here in like the little entranceway reading. Okay, maybe she's not ready to retire to her room just yet. Hillary, I feel like Hillary is the horse rider, right? Should we get her a horse? Hillary, get over here, because I want to see. I haven't horse ridden around around Toto, so yeah, and I need to do that. So you can get horses from the Hey Now feeder. You can also get them from the horse beds. But if we click here, you can call the words are coming out too fast, I'm excited. We can call that Ranch Animal Exchange and go ahead and purchase a horse or get a rescue horse. She's fancy, so she's going to purchase kind of like a pedigree fancy horse. And then we can see Nectar. Hector makes nectar, guys. We can see out here Hector making the nectar. Cinnamon sounds like a cutie. Oh, Speedway. You can change the names as well. Sasparilla's quite a fun name. How old are you? You're an adult horse. You're intelligent, free-spirited, and energetic. You sound like you'd be at home in Tartosa. Go and get your horse, Hillary. So yeah, they do take the shoes off when they're making the nectar, and the nectar changes colour depending on which ingredient you're using, which is kind of fabulous. I do wish there were more nectar recipes. I have a bit of a rant about it I think it's in my cross expansion pack gameplay trailer if you want to know more about my thoughts on nectar making and the process itself. I did have a video on nectar making. I went through and got to like when I had early access, I went through and I got to like level 5. Here we go. I'm going to give him a different name. I got to level 5 nectar making skill, and I kind of really wanted to kind of show you all the nectar making process and all kind of like the pros and cons of that. But I wasn't happy with the video and I ended up scrapping it. And I just talked about it a bit in the end of the gameplay video if you want to go and check that out. But I probably don't catch everything. So what would you be? She? Is it she or he? I can't remember. We need to give it a gender neutral name. It's going to be Kikado, Cicero. I say Kikado because I got a first in classical Latin at university, guys. My degree's humanities, but I've got like a specialism in classics, and my module on classical Latin I got a first in. Can't remember any of it, but I remember being taught that they didn't have a soft C. They didn't pronounce the soft C in classical Latin, which is different to modern Latin, which is a soft C. They actually had a hard K sound, they believed, by, you know, like looking at like the different languages and like the different translations into different languages, which we actually have quite a lot of, like Roman into other languages. And the thinking is that it's a hard K sound, so I always go Kikado, Kikado instead of Cicero. So just embarrassing myself there. All the Italians are judging me right now. New horse, congratulations, you have a horse. Hype, horse, hype. So here's like, I love this animation as well. It's not just a swipe animation, you actually do cork it, which again, like the animations team, like they must have had an astronomical animations budget for Horse Ranch, I am guessing, because they've had to animate horses, horse riders, and child horse riders, adults and children separately, to animate them to ride the horses, and the nectar making squishing, and the nectar making drinking. There's so much animation in this pack. So animations team, like they did a bang up job of it. So yeah, let's go and see our new horsey. Horse hype. Oh, she's got like a little cute plait and everything. Like, oh my god, Hillary is gonna love her horse so much. So let's have a look, can we? Let's say hi, let's rub neck. Hello, you're such a beauty. I like thick horses, guys. My horse, when I did horse riding growing up, I'm not that posh. Like, I know I studied Latin and did horse riding. I'm genuinely not posh. I wanted to do the posh stuff, like being a little kind of chavvy girl. But yeah, I used to ride horses, and I was kind of the tall. I wasn't big. I was still small. I was still a child, but I was the biggest kid in the group, so I got the biggest horse. And it was this massive male, like, workhorse. It was like one of those big, huge Shire horses. He was thick, and I couldn't even get up on it. And I had to have like a step. People had to like push my ass so I could actually get up, like on top of this enormous, probably quite dangerous horse. But yeah, I think like what that's done in my mind is like, if a horse is kind of like skinny, like I need like thick 1980s My Little Ponies, not skinny kind of modern like My Little Ponies, because I'm like, I don't want to break that horse. I need it to be like thick so it can carry me. Right, mount the horse. Let's go ahead and mount the horse and hope that I don't have my glitch. I've got mods installed, and I did run into a little glitch where the sim would jump off the horse. I had it during early access. It's like the sim would mount the horse and they'd immediately jump off again, and my mods weren't installed, but I believe they did. Oh no, she didn't get glitched off, she got kicked off. Oh Hillary, I'm sorry. Talk to the horse, tell them they're naughty, give them some parenting. Dismount, kick it out. No, he's already dismounted you, I'm afraid. I said gender neutral name and then gave him like a man name. He is a man, he is a boy. Look, stallion. Rubneck. He's fine. His mood is really, really good. Listen, we need to go for a horse ride around Tartosa. It has to happen. When a horse is intelligent, when they have the intelligent trait, you can converse about being in a simulation. Yeah, so I was really worried because I had the glitch again, but I was like, it turned out it was just a mod. I think they fixed it. I think so anyway. Go for a relaxed ride. Yeah, I don't know. It's very hit and miss whether or not they glitch out for me. Normally it is my own kind of stupidity that I'm breaking the game. Okay, get up on your horse, Hillary. Yeah, if you see glitches in my game, guys, it's probably something I've done. I did used to be a modder, so I mess up quite a lot. Oh my god. Guys, horse riding in Tartosa. Do you believe it? Go for a relaxed ride. Why did you stop? Excuse me. Where's the interaction gone? Don't talk to your mother or mother-in-law. I'm not sure. Go for a relaxed ride, Hillary. Listen, you are definitely horsewoman material. It might be that I have to kind of like get off the... Yeah, do you know what I think it might be? Don't throw her. What it might be is like, it might be hard for the horse to kind of get down from here. They can only actually go up and down one step. So if I tell the horse to kind of like come over here... Can I do that? How do I get the horse off this lot? Can they actually... Oh my god, no. You might not actually be able to get horses off this lot, guys. Oh no! Oh, okay. I immediately did not think this through. Okay. Do you know what we can... I'm going to figure this out, guys. We can still go horse riding in Tartosa. So, like I say, you can have this as your home lot. You can have the horses on here. They're going to be able to run around this area and, like, probably train on the here. So if I go practice barrels, hopefully they can go that way. A few. Whew. Wiping my brow right now. So you can ride horses around this lot. Oh, it's a shame that, like, back way isn't accessible. Yeah, so you can come up here, you can train your horses, and you can do that whole thing, agility, temper and skill, all that good stuff. And there is a way to get your horse to go horse riding around Tartosa. What we're going to do is we're going to stop practicing barrels. I will not be defeated, guys. Where there's a will, there's a way. Stop. Stop practicing barrels. I said stop. Stop. No more. Stop practicing barrels. Can't I, like... Right, okay. Don't throw me. Stop trying to throw me, Cicero. You're naughty. You're a naughty horse. Travel. That's what we're going to do. And we can travel with Cicero. It's going to be fine. Pop. Squish. Aha. Cicero. Lipschitz. Pop. Squish. Aha. Cicero. Lipschitz. Sorry, I love Chicago. So just, I don't know. Geek it all. So yeah, we should be able to travel now. There we go. So you can travel with your horse, guys, thankfully. You can also vacation with your horse, but not to Batu. I think because that's a Disney thing. I don't think it's an EA thing. I think it's a Disney thing because... like, I don't think there's horses in Star Wars. There's, like, horse-looking things. But if it's not part of the Star Wars lore and canon, a lot of the other features of other packs are disabled when you go to Batu. And that's just kind of like a licensing thing. Like, the agreement between Disney and EA, I assume. From what I remember about that pack anyway, at least. So here you go. Like, there's no stopping me. Okay, yeah, there's more... No, can we go up that way? No. Oh no, guys, can we go up that way? Yes, yes, we can. Okay. Go for a relaxed ride around Tartosa, please. You can also move the lot, you know, if you... What are you doing? Why are you getting down? Can you just do... Look, I told you Tartosa is where the celebrities hang out. We've got Mortimer Goth over here. We've got this lady. What's her name again? Judith Ward. And my random mechanic, actually. He's not... famous. Get on your horse, Hillary. Hillary. Look at Mortimer Goth over here just making his sandcastles, having like the time of his life. Like, you go, Mortimer. I support you. I support you in your endeavours. Old Mortimer as well, not the new Mortimer. Don't! What are you doing? Listen. Don't build a sand sculpture with Mortimer Goth. Mount your horse. Go for a relaxed ride. Do what I'm telling you to do. Oh my god, where's the option? Oh, there it is. Go for a ride. I can't see for seeing. Do what I'm telling you to do, Hillary. Don't show me up like this. Hillary, get away. Vampire, no. Vampires around horses seems like a bad idea. I'm pretty sure there's something in Dracula about horses and vampires. I don't trust you. I don't trust you, woman. Okay, go. Hillary, please don't let me down. Don't let me down. I'm losing my mind now. So, like, if you have horses in, like, sand or snow, they do leave these little horse tracks, which are so adorable. Like, I love it. Like, she's off. Hillary is off. We are horse riding around Tartosa. I love it. I love it. And it's so beautiful. Do you see what I mean about this world? Like, I want to go to Italy in real life, guys. Someone take, where's my rich Gucci husband to let me live in his big Gucci mansion and visit his big Gucci Italy? I don't know why I'm like this either, guys. I do want to replace this nightclub as well. I want to keep it more, I want something more in keeping with like the rest of it. like you do find like nightclubs in places like this, but my plan is to ultimately change that. So if you would rather be able to kind of like ride your horse right off the lot and not have to travel with it, maybe you'd want to place the Thebe estate here instead, and like move the nightclub somewhere else, just as a bit of an option. Yeah. Cool beans, man. I have actually got one more lot to show you, which is, do I want to do a separate one on this? Maybe I do. Yeah, that's one of my kids knocking at the door, so maybe I need to wrap it up here. Hang on, guys. Okay, so there we go. That is that's that. I'm gonna call the video here. Again, I hope one of you got that giveaway code, and I hope you're really super excited about it, and I really hope you enjoy it. I love being able to give back like that, so thank you to the EA Creator Network for providing me with codes. And yeah, I hope you're all enjoying Horse Ranch and my wedding stories, and whatever other packs you may have. So like I say, this build does incorporate all the packs. I just kind of went wild and built what I wanted to make, but if you only have limited packs and you have Horse Ranch and the base game, and you want to go and check out the other build video that I posted last week on the kind of like base game and Horse Ranch only build, that also fits really well in Tartosa if you do happen to have my wedding stories, but it was built for Oasis Springs. So I do have a variety of other builds on my gallery for Tartosa, so have a scroll through and see what jumps out at you. Yeah, I rebuilt, I think I've got 2 houses up there already. I've also got a restaurant that I need to kind of show you all. So if you're into these kind of villa builds and you like my build style, you can go and check those out. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap the video up here. So yeah, take care of your faces. Watch out for the video that I'll have on the restaurant, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, friends.